Here's my present theory, Bashuasi. All these videos are for you, okay? They're not for anybody else. I saw there's more than 8 billion people on the planet now. 8 point something. I didn't get it, but of all those people, there's one. You are the only one who apparently understands things that I say and likes me. Even more than likes me. So I've been talking to you all the time. Now, in my present idea, okay? When I was 6 years old, I fell into another reality from the one I'd been in for the first 6 years of my life. And the reason I did that, even though I read online that shouldn't be possible, okay, I guess most of the time it isn't, but in my case it happened. Okay, I'm that odd in my experience. So why did I fall out of the reality I was in, where I was a very highly loved and respected and treasured son of my mother and Aunt Rosemary and distantly Nunno? Okay? Those were the three stars in my zodiac, if you will. And so, why did I fall into this other reality? The reason is I was not the biological son of America's Man of the Year. So, when I was 6 years old, Worm was born. And I don't know why, but when he was born, everything changed. Even my mother didn't seem like my true mother. I mean, her behavior shocked me. She became like the stepmother in Cinderella suddenly, with the birth of Worm. So, I noticed right away, okay? And that is when I had the experience of the Bill Mazeroski Grand Slam home run, okay? And I can't think out exactly. That was the 1960 World Series. I'm thinking to myself, Worm had been born a few months early. And in this case, my mother's saying she's going to call America's Man of the Year to share with him what I just told her about. Mom, the Pirates won the World Series and Bill Mazeroski hit a Grand Slam home run. Mom, okay. She says, well, let's call up your father. And I didn't like that. Let's call up that father who had been threatening and terrorizing to me, never liked me, was doing mean things to me from the time I was first conscious of his existence in this world. She wants to share. I didn't want to. And we called him up, and I remember he wasn't enthusiastic at all on the phone. They're like, oh, AJ, thanks for calling. Yeah, they won, man, great. A real subdued thing, like he's being watched by people around him at work, and he's trying to act like he's half interested in what his son is saying. No, it's a put on. So I'm getting the hackles and the shivers right now, remembering. So I fell into this alternate reality where Worm was the rightful, what do you call this? Heir to the throne of America's Man of the Year, and I was a bastard. So even in Shakespeare's plays, right, bastards are not looked well on. You're not. The bastard son who is going to become king in place of the true heir. You don't do that, right? And for that matter, you don't do it even in Confucianism, as I think of it. I mean, in theory. I don't know that much about Confucianism, but from what I know of it, the bastard son would be in a lesser status position to the true son of any father. Okay, would have to regulate his behavior accordingly. Okay, so fell into this alternate reality, and I've been in that alternate reality to this day. However, it could be, Bishuasi, that you are in the reality that I fell out of between 60 and 70 years ago. You are in that reality that I was born in as a bastard who was beloved within a small circle of people, but that small circle of people, it made my life a lot different from what it's been ever since my age 6 came around. Okay, and my life got worse and worse until at age 28 I was declared to be crazy, and this was outrageous. The kind of abuse I grew up with, it was outrageous. Anyway, you believed me. So I'm saying, because we haven't been able to get together now, 3.5 years, we've both been trying with all our might, it must be, and I said this before, we are in different realities. You are in the original reality I was in at my birth, and I'm in Worm's reality. It still prizes him as the true son of who? A serial murderer? The true son of a serial murderer, and I'm not going to say more. So, Bishuasi, how did I fall into this reality? I don't know. That Worm was born. What needs to happen for me to flip back into the reality I was in? Worm has to die? Now I'm going to be accused of murdering him if something happens to him. So, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe Worm has to die. No, and I don't want him to. He's been a worm, and if there's any justice coming my way, I want him to live in the kind of shame, undeserved shame, and persecution, undeserved, unmerited persecution I've lived in for over 40 years now. Let him live in that until he passes away. Let him live a good long time in it, and let it get worse and worse until he passes away. Let that be his fate. I do not want that worm to die. That would be an easy way out. So, how do I get back into that reality? Well, you were saying in your most recent report, you were making reference to the and then way romance stories progress. And literature is an imitation of life. So when Northrop Frye says the romance form, which is the closest form there is to myth, okay, it develops by an and then progression of events. He's saying that things just happen. There is no ultimate logic to what happens, except that the story itself takes a pattern of like a descent into tragedy, into darkness, a night world, this kind of thing, to a fight with a dragon, symbolically. And at that point, the story makes a U shape, and instead of going down, it's reached bottom and comes back up. And that's all. There's no explanation for why you come back up. So, for me to have met you in the way we've met, that is the turning point in my life. And the progression upward has been happening for years, and now you've entered that progression. So, anything needs to happen? Apparently not. The story is going to unfold on its own. Okay? It's tough, but we have to keep our eyes on the prize. Me and you and our family. We're headed that way. Let's be patient. Well, there's my summing up of where we're at in our romance story. As of today, Sunday, the 3rd of May, 2026, at 1:19 p.m. in the Washington, D.C. area of the United States of America.